We're talking about Community Foundation and your participation in MV500, which is the governor, as I said yesterday, trying to play the role of a game show host. And that really seems to be what he's doing. He's making everybody compete for their money. They're playing almost little games to be able to win the big dollar.
Essentially, yeah.
And he can divvy out.
That's a good analogy. And this was done before, the Buffalo Billion. So, and it was really effective. So, the governor announced in his opportunity agenda earlier this year that they would do this again for upstate New York. And we are one of 7 regions eligible, and there are 3 prizes available. And so...
Total of what, $1.5 billion?
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
Bill, show her what she's won.
Regis Philbin is actually the one who actually hands out the money, I believe. They bring him in for it.
So we're competing for $500 million, and the governor, or the Oneida County Executive, Anthony Pacenti, formed this team, and we are part of that team. Alicia Dix, our president and CEO, is one of the team members, and it's a really super powerful team. Ray Halbritter, Rob Esch, Steve DeMeo from Edge, and oh my gosh, I'm forgetting someone.
Ryan Miller.
Ryan Miller is on one of the teams.
That is a killer team.
There's some, I mean,
that is a fantasy football squad.
It is. It really is. And the concept is to come up with a plan that they say.
Right.
Yeah. Who wants to be a millionaire?
So there's 3 teams within this whole thing. There's a vision team, a strategy team, and an action team, and they're pulling in other people besides that. So that's the lead team that I told you about. And so they're pulling in all kinds of different people, and people that you probably never even knew about in your whole life that lived in this community, but people who are invested in the community, who are thinking differently and about how we're going to move forward in the community. It's a huge big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's community changing.
So I would ask you, you were in the newspaper business.
I was.
So I want to go a little off topic here, just a little bit.
Okay, maybe I'll go with you.
I want you to go with me. What are your thoughts on the gondolas in Utica?
What? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
You don't know what a gondola is?
Isn't it? I don't think those in Italy.
Yeah.
Well, you're thinking of the
in the water.
No. This is the cable cars. They go through they put up the cables, and it's like you see mosquitoes.
That's not a gondola.
I've always inspired.
That is a gondola. Yeah.
They want to run one of those from Harbor Point. It was an idea. I say they want to.
I love it.
It was just an idea. You think it's a good idea?
I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I like it. I want to ride in that.
I thought the same thing when I first saw it. I said, it's going to be an awesome. People are going to be like, yeah, you're not going to believe it, but Utica has gondolas.
I've never seen
off the thruway.
I've never seen the roof of Denny's before until I got on the Utica.
So
gondola.
your whole thing is about not the experience of riding it, but the experience of the view. Right?
Well, I think it would be cool, but I would do it 2-3 times. How many times do you do that? You're not going over mountains.
They're talking. Listen.
Gondola at water safari. I mean, I'm not thinking of stop.
You're right.
Oh.
Yeah, he's behind you.
What's going on?
Behind you.
Pay no attention.
Andrew's a little freaky.
I would say that they're talking about it as being an actual way of transportation, a form of transportation.
I love it. Why not? Let's try something new.
How much do you put into it, though?
I don't know.
The Community Foundation.
$500 million.
$500 million. There we go. There's your deal. I mean, run with that one. See if you win the contest.
I don't know. I don't know all the details behind it and what kind of research has been done and what's the strategy.
Probably very little.
Here's the other issue I have.
Somebody just woke up. It was Buchero that woke up one day and said, I think we should have gondolas.
Here's the other problem I have with it. I don't think I'm not saying it's the worst idea I've ever heard, but I'd like everybody in elected office to focus on how do you get jobs in here. Now this could be a cool thing.
There's a gondola operator.
But instead of having the government pay for it, and I don't know if he suggested that, but instead of the city pays for it, let's bring in a gondola operator and let them make the investment, and then
there was a guy in the paper that started the newspaper that talked about how the this is it's big, it's catching on all over the place. But of course, this is the guy that owns the gondola company, the
Right.
gondola making. Of course, he's going to say, "I love the idea." So, but it's these out of the box ideas
Yeah.
that you kind of have to sell, and that's how you sell your.
Well, I think that that's kind of what, as we're moving forward as a foundation, there's going to be a lot of different ways that we'll be investing, and
Yeah,
it will,
yeah.
we are looking at strategy and long-term impact, but partnering in really different and novel ways that you probably haven't seen before in other areas. And
When do we find out who wins?
that's a good question. So the deadline is June. I think that we'll find out the end of the year.
Okay, all right.
I
a
think
lot of
that
money.
that's what I was told. It
What
is
do
a lot of
Do
money.
you have any idea where we're leaning?
What do you mean?
What project? What projects? We're
Right.
leaning
So
towards?
there's three different goals in terms of the strategy team will develop these strategies, connecting Cooperstown to the nanotechnology. Like, how does Cooperstown benefit from
I have
nanotechnology?
30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I don't know. That made me nervous. I don't want to talk.
It's all over now.
Okay. Nanotechnology. Combining those, and then cybersecurity, combining that with livable situations in Utica and Johnstown, and then there's one other thing, and I don't
The
know.
$500 million can come this way if we win it. So the planning of this process is extremely important.
Extremely, and we'll be housing it at the community foundation.
Sounds like you have the dream team put together to
We do.
make this whole thing happen.
Yes,
All right.
we'll keep you updated.
Cassaundra Baber, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. So it'll remain cold today, 13 degrees now. We'll be in the